Hey guys, RC Madness here, and this is going to be upgrade number 2 for my Losi Mini 8T. This has been an awesome truck so far, and I've liked it, using it a lot just as stock, but it came with an upgraded system, so I can't really do an upgrade video on that, but it's been a great system. I just put the T-bone bumper on there the other day, and this is my next upgrade. It's by 8ight-t. I've had a few parts from them before and absolutely love their parts. They have a great looking carbon fiber, which is what I got. I got the front shock tower for the Mini 8T, and I love their carbon fiber. It's very strong, durable, pretty thick. It's just a great part. So it lightens it up just a little tiny bit, not much at all, but it lightens it up just a little tiny bit, and it's stronger, plus it also makes it look better. So why not? It's only like $10 or so, so I thought it would be a great part. So let me show you how to do this. First of all, let's cut the part open. Here is the shock tower. As you can see, it's a very good looking carbon fiber. It's pretty thick, actually. I'm actually surprised on how thick it is, which is, I really like that. It makes it, see if I can get it to focus there. There we go. Just a little better, but it's thick. It's much thicker than the stock, if you can see. Let me get this stock one off and then show you. So, to take this off, you're going to want to take off the shocks first. Take off these 2 bolts here. And then you're going to want to take off all these screws, as well as these 2 and these 2. No, just this one and this one. My bad. I'm looking at it right now. But you're going to want to take off all these, except for these top 2 right here, and these far 2 out here. So let's go ahead and take those off, and I'll come back to you in just 1 second. Now we went ahead and took all those screws off, and I actually already took the front body mount off, which was just 4 screws that mounted right on there. So I already took those off just to let you know that I took them off. So you'll see where these are actually for the shock mounts. So you're going to want to go ahead and take off these 2 shock mounts here, as well as these 2 pivot balls right here. So let's go ahead and take those off. So I started taking off these pivot balls, and they are very hard to get out. They are not wanting to come out at all. And I'm not sure if I've stripped the screw or my wrench, but they're not coming out. So I'm going to have to do some more work to these. Come back in just a second. So I've got them in here in my vise, and they're stripped. So I'm going to have to take my handy hacksaw here and cut a slit so I can get a flathead screwdriver in there to turn them. My next ones I won't put on so tight, and I have new screws already that I'll put in. So let me do this and I'll show you what I do. So I've got 2 slits in there, and I'm very disappointed. I got the slit in there and the slit in there as well, so I could fit a flathead in there, but this was a brand new shock tower that came with the car, but it wasn't in, there was absolutely no scratches on it, and it was in perfect condition, but you could see where the hacksaw fell off and sort of scarred it up there. So I'm pretty disappointed about that, but at least I can get my screws out, and at least I got this. So I'll probably never take this off anyway, so it's okay. It's a little disappointing, but not too bad. So let me take these out, and then we'll get working on putting this in. So finally, I got it off. Still a little angry about that, but at least I got it off, and I got a cool carbon fiber one to go on. There is one thing that I would have liked to have seen Losi do, and what I really would have liked to see them have done is to take this ball right here and put a little flat spot in it. because this thing right now is perfectly round. I would have liked to have seen a flat spot on each side so you could put some pliers on there. They made this and the other side screw exactly the same size, which is a 1.5 millimeter. 1.5 millimeter. So not everybody has two 1.5 millimeter wrenches, which I don't. So I would have liked to have put some pliers on this right here. And if they had put a flat spot on there, I could have done that. I did it anyway, but it was much harder to. When with a flat spot, you wouldn't have had to put as much pressure, and it just would have been easier. So I would have liked to have seen that. That would have been something nice, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really affect the performance of the car at all. So I guess I can see what they were doing there. So let's start getting this on. First off, we're going to want to put the shock mounts back on. Just put those in the same holes that you took them out of, which if you look on here, you can actually see like it was at the top hole here because I could just see by looking at it. And they do fit up a little wider actually. I'm just now noticing that. I have not put them on top of each other, but if you look, it's actually a little bigger, it looks like. These right there is perfectly on top of each other. So you're going to maybe want to move this shock mount to be stock down one hole from the very top. So you're going to want to put it in that hole right there. Let's see if I can get a side-by-side thickness comparison on this. Not sure why my camera isn't focusing, but it is significantly thicker than the stock. And by weight, I would say this shock tower, this carbon fiber one, is definitely lighter. Even with it being bigger, I would still say it's definitely lighter. It's not a major difference, but you can definitely feel just by feeling it that it is lighter. So let's go ahead and get these shock mounts on and come back in just a second. So we've got those on. Now let's go ahead and put the ball cups on. So you're going to want to make sure, because if you notice, the shocks were at the front here and the ball cups were on the other side. So you're going to again want to line it up with the stock, and you see that it is on the inside bottom hole. So you're going to want to do the same hole there, and you're going to just want to put this one on the opposite side of which way these are facing. So I'm going to want to put them on this side. Just a quick tip to remember when you're putting these in, when you are screwing a screw into metal, you're going to want to always put Loctite. So make sure you put a little bit of Loctite on the end of that screw right there, and then you can put that on. So now that you've got all those in, you're going to want to go ahead and get your front body post. And these 4 holes right here, you're going to want to screw your body posts to. Let me get those in and come right back. So now that we've got all 4 of those on, the front body posts on, the front shock mounts, and the pivot balls, we're going to want to go ahead and put it on the car. So pull it on up here, set it over there, and put those 2 screws as well as those 2 screws in. I'm going to do that and then come right back. So now that we've got those on, we can go ahead and put the shocks on. So just slide the shocks right over that. Awesome. And then this is another upgrade that I'm going to just put along in here because it's not a very hard or long one, which it's just a little washer. You're going to put that right over there before you put this nut on, and that keeps that shock from popping off. It's a great little upgrade. It doesn't cost much of anything, and it'll save you from losing a shock. So, great little little tiny upgrade. So let's go ahead and get these nuts on, and I'll come back in just one sec. So now that we've got those on, we can put the ball cups back on, and you're really just going to want to slide them up to that ball, and then just to get it on there, you're going to want to go ahead and take your pliers and just hold them behind that and put one end on the shock tower, one end on the ball cup. I'm trying to see if I can get you to see what I'm doing here. There, that's a little better. So you're going to want to get the ball cup basically over it, just as close as you can get it. Put the pliers, one on the front of the shock tower, one on the other side of this, and just press. And there we go. Now it's on and secure, and it's not coming off. You're going to do the same thing to this side. So we've got it all back together. It's all working great, and I love the look. It really stands out. It just gives it a cooler look, more of a race kind of truck look, and it was fairly cheap and very easy install. This is number 2 upgrade, and I love it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.